Hey Artie, how you doing? Welcome to your July. It's July. Well, it's not July. I'm filming this in June. But let's have a July Artie chat. And thank you again for being on my email list. You're getting this video as a thank you. And give me a shout if you're enjoying them as well, because I would love to hear from you. Now, I've just done a warm-up exercise with my art club, and it was a colour exploration and sort of a mark making exploration too, and a way of just, I've been getting into this orange thing, focusing very much on a single colour and just playing with it and seeing what I like with it and what I don't and how I want to use it. Orange isn't a colour that I use a lot until recently, so now I'm just exploring it. So this is actually what I call another orange piece. So you can kind of see that when I say orange, it's not necessarily just making everything out of orange. It's just having fun with having a focus, I think, as well. That's part of it too. Just filling up the rest of this sketchbook and doing some free-form abstract work with Neocolor crayons, a little bit of Inktense pencils. I also used some Faber-Castell pastel as well. Now I'm nicely warmed up, I thought I would go on to do something more with some of the items I've got here on my desk. Sometimes it's just nice to have things that are inspiring you close at hand so that you can use them to help you through a session, to enjoy, to explore a little bit more. So I've actually got some various stones, and if you've done my stone workshop, you will have seen me use these before to inspire work as well. We did that in my stone workshop, which is over on Etsy if you're interested. I've also got on my desk some shells, and I think it's actually the shells that are catching my eye the most. So I'm going to swap on to some mixed media paper for this. Now, mixed media paper is a little bit more heavyweight. My sketchbook is a lot lighter. It doesn't take a lot of water or layering, but I still use it that way anyway, because I just don't care. I just like to mess around. But for this one, I'm going to move on to a little scrap. I've got some scrap ends of a larger piece of mixed media paper. I'm going to use that because I might use some water as well. I've picked out a big brush. I'm still going to use the Neocolors and the Inktense pencils. They're both water reactive materials, so you can use them in various different ways with water, and they're great fun. But you could also use, actually I have got on my desk here as well some watercolors, so I might open those up just in case I'm in the mood to use those. We shall see. There was a couple of approaches I wanted to take to this, and I'm struggling with them at the moment with focusing on one. So this can happen sometimes, can't it? So I think the best thing to do is to just get on with it. And I think I'm just going to go with the approach that seems to be calling to me the most at the moment. I didn't think too much about it. I'm just going to throw them into a pattern, and I'm going to use them to inspire some work. So I'm going to just start off with a Inktense pencil. This is one of their newer colours. This is their asphalt colour. And I'm going to hold it quite loosely, just maybe put in some of the shapes. But as you can see, very loosely indeed. It's the shapes I'm more interested in than what they actually are. Let's just see how this works for us. You can do this with anything, of course. And you can see I'm holding my pencil loosely by holding it at the top. So that kind of gives me more freedom to move it around. You can hold it anywhere you want to. There's various different ways you can hold a pencil. You can hold it where you've sort of picked it up and hold it this way, scribble it out. You can hold it as if you're going to write. You can hold it in different positions on the barrel, of course. And I suggest just trying all of it out and making different marks using the different ways of holding your tools. And I think I'm going to add a bit of splash of water and a bit of splash of colour. And I think I will go with my watercolours for this. It's a big brush and they're only half pans. So I'm going to actually just allow them to mix. I don't know if that's going to be enough pigment. Oh yeah, it is. You need a little bit more water. Pencil, remember, is water reactive too, so it is going to react to the water that you're adding on here. And there's cat hair. Can't get away from cat hair. Let some of that just sort of move into other areas by touching some water against it. And I think now I'll clean my brush off. I think what I might add is a pinker colour and just sort of touch it in places. Let it spread and do its job. So we're just really going for some loose play here. I have no idea. I've got no plans for this. I don't know where it's going to turn up. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I am literally just playing around, seeing what happens. Something nice might turn up. Something incredibly yucky might turn up. In fact, as this stands, I already quite like it. So I don't know if I've just got, very low standards. And I just like colour and marks, whatever they look like. You never know, that could be it, couldn't it? I tell you what it is that I like. I just like being free to play and not worrying too much about how it's going to turn up and just allowing yourself some freedom to explore. That's actually what it is that I like. Okay, I'm going to need that to dry because I want that to dry before I do anything else to it. Do I though? Do I? There is something I'm thinking I could do here. Okay. I'm going to take this pencil again and I'm going to add it wet. So I'm dipping it into water and I'm just going to use it into the wet places as well to add in some marks. Okay. Now I'm going to let this dry. Maybe that's as far as I'm going to go with it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Now, next one. I'm surprised how much I like the colours of that one. And I'm wondering if I need to continue with those colours or if I should revert to my yellow and orange as well. Because I would actually call this maybe still part of the orange because there is definitely some subdued orange in there. Muted oranges. Okay, this one, let's start with water. And you can see that there's a little bit of colour on my brush still. I think I'm going to come in with some crayon. So it goes on more smoothly over the wet areas. And then you can see the texture of the paper in the drier areas. Add in some random colour. I liked the way that swirled then, so I'm just going to go with some crazy swirls. Okay. And a little bit more colour. Maybe some more water. Let that mix a bit. And play. This is definitely what I'm talking about when sort of freedom to play. It's just allowing yourself time to explore and mess up a piece of paper, really. Doesn't have to be amazing. Now that I've got some colour down, I think I'm going to go back to these shapes. I'll keep it like it is, but I think I'm going to use continuous line for this one. And I'm going to try and keep my eyes just on the shapes and try not to worry too much about looking at the paper. So I'm looking at my shapes and I'm just going to follow the lines. I am looking at the paper a little bit, but mostly want to be looking at my shapes and seeing where that kind of takes me. And I'm working in wet, and of course this is still a wet material. This is Inktense, so it is going to have an effect. Go a little bit more wobbly, and yeah, I quite like where that went. I'm liking where it's touched the water and oddly it's sort of feathering out there, so it must have been drier on the inside than it was on the outside, and you're getting some interesting feathering coming out, particularly on this one here. Going to add in some mark making. Let's have a bit here as well, not as much, just a little bit. And let's have a look at this from different angles, because it's always interesting to turn your pieces around. And sometimes when you're not sure what to do next, that can be a good thing to do, is turn your pieces around and look at it from different angles and try and work from it from a different angle. I actually quite like where this has gone. So I'm going to let the colours do their thing as they're drying. Let's have a look and see how the other one's coming along. You know, this could almost be a plant, couldn't it? If you think about it. I quite like that and how that's worked. Well, I might now just put in a heavier line going through, not everywhere maybe. Call this like a shell plant or something. Underwater vegetation. So I think the trick now is to carry on with this momentum, taking what is inspiring you and make quite a few of these different patterns and just playing with them, adding in colour, trying to do something different with them each time, and just keep it going. I was thinking I might layer these up a little bit more, but I think I'm actually going to keep them as they are because I quite like them as they are. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to go any further with them. I can't quite work out which way around I like that one the most. So yeah, do a few of them, keep on going with it, try different colours out, try different ways of putting the marks out, try different ways of expressing what is inspiring you at the moment. And even I stuck with like one way. I put all the pieces together and I did both pieces based on that arrangement, but you can also mix that up as well. Change the arrangement of your items and see how that changes what you're doing. And it just so happened that my orange focus still came through with this piece, these two pieces. So maybe that's another aspect you want to have a go at as well, just playing with a specific colour and working out what combinations you're enjoying with it. I hope that's given you some ideas to play with this month. Happy scribbling and sploshing colour around, and I will catch up again with you soon. Bye.